Well, welcome. I am Suzanne Hannafin, the CEO of Acumen Executive Search, and I am so glad you have joined us today for a podcast, Hiring for Good, which is best practices in leadership. And today I'm super excited to have my good friend and a phenomenal consultant, Adi Klevit. Adi is the CEO of Business Success Consulting Group, where she helps all sizes of businesses achieve consistencies and efficiencies by documenting processes and procedures. A D is a process engineer and an efficiency expert. Now, a D also has her own podcast called System Simplified. So you need to make sure you tune into that because there's a lot of great tips and tricks on that. So welcome, Adi. I'm so excited to have you with us.
Thank you, Suzanne. I'm so excited to be here, and thank you for having me as a guest.
Absolutely. We're kind of about 5 months, 6 months into hiring for good. And it's all about lessons learned and how we have grown. And you've been a business owner for a number of years. So kind of talk to us and share with us your journey and how you got where you are today.
Sure. So yes, I started my company, my current company, about 13 years ago. So it's been quite a while, but it's great. And it was a jump, but I decided to do it. I decided at that point in my life that it's either I'm going to do it or it's now or never. It's either going to happen or not going to happen. And it's been an adventure. It is an adventure, but you learn so much and you develop and you grow. And I really love it. I love helping people. I love helping our clients, and I love also helping my team, develop my team, grow my team, and work together and really solve those challenges that you face every day as a business owner.
Yeah, and most of us have had, whether it's a mentor or somebody, some formative experience in your career that really has helped shape your approach and your values. Share with us some of those formative experiences.
Yes. So first of all, I learned a lot from my previous experience when I was working at a consulting firm. So I definitely brought a lot of my experience and how from the business owners of that firm and what I learned there. And I also learned a lot. I learned a lot from you. I learned a lot from my colleagues. We were both part of Vistage for years. And I learned from my peers. That's why I joined groups like Vistage or other mastermind groups, because there is a lot to learn from other entrepreneurs. And I think that that is very, very important experience, because why reinvent the wheel? I mean, we all face the same problems, the same situations, and learning from others that experience that or that have insight into such situations makes the journey much easier.
Oh, absolutely. And because you work with really all industries, all sizes, and again, you're going deep into their operations and really looking at how they're doing their business. What advice would you give a startup company on processes and procedures?
That's a good question. When in a startup, I always tell them that they have to do marketing. They have to market, they have to prove that they can actually be a business. And we all know that without clients, customers, patients, whatever, whatever it is, you can't really be a business. You have to get clients, you have to get customers. And that's the first advice is go get your customers and do it. Just develop the processes, figure it out, and just do it. Once you reach a point where now you're ready to scale, to grow, to achieve that consistency, then start working on your processes.
Yeah, that actually makes sense. It goes back to my old days in consulting, and we always talked about the three-legged stool: people, systems, and processes. One of those are broken, and that stool is rickety. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
When When you look back, again, 13 years, you now have four other consultants working with you. You're growing and scaling. What today, what do you wish you would have known back then for your business?
You know, I wish I had my own processes developed earlier, because that is really what allowed me to scale, is realizing that I have to create my own processes. Because I had the same malady, if you would, that every other consultant has, in terms of like, oh, it's me, it's my style, it's what I know, I developed it, how am I going to ever teach others? But then I realized, I have to actually, I guess, take my own medicine that I tell my clients to take, right? Or my own, the same advice I give to my clients, and really develop those processes, really figure out what is our secret sauce, why we're so good at what we are doing, and not because of me, but what do we actually do? What is the process? And once I figured that out, then I could pass it on to others. And then I can get uniform results and consistent results, because it's not about me and my personality, but it's about the process.
But I do think that as a leader, and especially a manager of other people, we do have this core sense of values that we bring into our business every day. What are some of those values? And more importantly, how have you operationalized those?
Yeah, so some of the values, what our values are, basically, we are competent, we are driven, and we are intelligent communicators. So when I have our processes developed, was really around that, in terms of the products that we give to our clients, that has to be with intelligent communication. It have to be it has to be show competency. It's the way we train our people, the way we select, the way we hire. It's driven by that. We are looking for people that are driven, that are competent, that are willing to show that they are competent, and they take pride in what they do. And those will be some of the examples. It's definitely, you have to do it in everything that you do. You have to show your core values.
Oh, absolutely. And they show up in so many different ways. And it's funny, we reach this sense of success, and you've been around for a long time. You've had to fall in, scrape knees, learn from those mistakes. What are some of your key learnings over the years?
Yeah, the key learnings is, let's take the people processes, equation, right? So with people, one of my key learnings is that you really have to care for them, and you have to provide really good training, and not assume that people know, or they can guess, or just leave it for them to figure it out. You really have to nurture the people that you hire. You have to nurture your team, and you have to provide excellent training, and you have to be patient, and you have to really care about them, and really identify the problems or what they're running into, and help them. But also on the other hand, don't be afraid to just let go of people that are not the right fit. And that's, I think we all learn that. We all sometimes hold on to people that we want to see do better, but you really have to identify when is the time to let go, and when is the time to invest and train and make sure that they're successful.
Yeah, absolutely. And being a process engineer, I don't know if everybody really understands what that is. Can you share with us what you do?
Sure. So, what we basically, to put it in simple words, what we do is we create, we document, we improve, and we implement processes and procedures. So we identify the processes. If they don't exist, we help figure out what the processes are. If they do exist, we document them, existing state, and then we figure out some improvements. I mean, sometimes big improvements, small improvements, and sometimes it's okay as they are, depends on the success of the business and where they're at. So we also so that will be the optimization stage. And then we make sure that those procedures are being followed by everyone in the organization. That people actually study it, they understand it, they apply it, they use it in day-to-day management. And we also ensure those procedures are being kept current and they never become obsolete, but they're actually part of the living, breathing organism that is the entire company.
And so knowing that, who are your ideal clients? Who do you go after?
It's a fast growing companies that are lacking consistency because we help them get the consistency. And it is also business owners that want to exit, that they want to get out of the day-to-day operations, that they feel that they can't really extract themselves out of the business. So we extract that knowledge, we codify it so others can follow as well.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And so here you are, you're very successful, you're growing and scaling your business. What advice would you have given your 20-year-old self?
That it's okay, that it's really worthwhile to be an entrepreneur and chase that dream. That is really, that it's okay. Everything will be okay. Don't worry about things. You will figure it out, and it's worthwhile figuring it out.
Yeah, I love that. So the podcast, Hiring for Good, has a lot of different meaning to different people. What does hiring for good mean for you?
For me, is that you are hiring people that are on the same page as you are, hiring people that you can empower and they can empower you, and hire people that are there to make this a career and they want to be part of your group, and you're creating this really strong team.
I love that. Yeah. And then Adi, really, again, I cannot thank you for your time. All of Adi's contact information is at the end of this. So reach out to her, especially if you're scaling, growing, or you want to step away. So there you go. Thank you, Adi, so much for your time.
Thank you, Suzanne.